Yo, 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 welcome to Spoken Minds. It's the Light Skin Takeover.
Yes, sir. We in the building today. We put the dark skin.
Y'all know who I am. Yeah, get on the end. Get on the end, bro.
You gone, Joe?
Light Skin Takeover.
Spoken Minds, Light Skin edition.
Can I sit in?
Yes, sir. Come on. You can come join us. You can come join us.
I didn't like that intro.
You can join the.
at all.
You can join the Light Skin show.
I didn't like that intro.
Hey, but
like
world,
that.
y'all know who I am. Ike Byrne.
Chris Jones.
Your nephew Q, what's happening?
We
Yes,
all in
sir.
the building, baby.
Hey, we wanted Nephew Q on the show with us today.
Get him behind the camera, right here, front and center, man. We got a lot going on in sports. A whole lot going on, man. We're gonna start off talking about who's hot and who's not in the NBA playoffs. Let me hear what you got.
Well, first we're gonna say it's Whoop Ass Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday.
There we go.
It's Whoop Ass Wednesday.
Okay.
We gonna get into who's hot and who's not.
Right.
My who's hot right now is that bad man in Dallas. Boy,
Luka.
Boy, that guy's been on a terror right now,
He
boy.
is.
He's been
He
showing
is.
out.
Listen to these stats. So they've played 5 games.
Right.
Game 1, 45, 12, and 8. Game 2, 35, 7, and 5. Game 3, 26, 13, and 9. Game 4, 26, 11, and 7.
Show you right.
Game 5, 28, 11, and 2. Man, this guy's putting
Ballin'.
up hella fine numbers.
I know somebody who should be putting up numbers like that, but ain't.
Oh, you must be talking. We're gonna get to
Shots fired.
we
Shots
are gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Fired.
Okay.
But
Before I get into my who's not, I want to know who y'all got is hot.
Well, man, I said it last week. I'm going to say it again this week, man. Jimmy Butler. I can't say this guy enough, man.
Jimmy
he
Buckets.
has been the
Jimmy
most
Buckets.
consistent player in the playoffs. The past 2 games, I'm just going to go back. Well, the past 3 games, he's had 23, 9, and 6. In game 4, he had 40. In game 3, he had 33 in both losses in Philly. So even though everybody else for the Heat didn't show up, Jimmy Butler did. He's one of the most underrated stars in the league. A lot of people don't give him his props because he's not a 3-point specialist.
He ain't flashy.
He ain't flashy.
His
but
mid range is.
You know what he gonna do? What
Damn
you
near
just said,
automatic.
man. The man's gonna go get buckets. Y'all watch out for Jimmy Butler in the Miami Heat, man.
And he plays defense.
And he plays D. It makes me want to think, man. He's poised and looking like he's ready to get back to the finals. So be careful, Jimmy, man.
For me, my who's hot, I'm going with Greek Freak. He's done everything you could possibly do to win this series. He didn't get no help the last game where Al Horford went out for 28 after he dunked on him, but that's neither here nor there. But for me, it's Greek Freak who's hot right now because the Celtics don't have no answer for him whatsoever right now. If you get a little bit more from Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, it should be 4-1. It should
Where
be
is
4-1.
Holiday?
See,
Holiday-
now Holiday,
He
the
had-
game before
yeah.
last, he had a really
He had
good game.
He
But he
did.
But
needs
this
help.
last game, he shot the ball bad.
He shot horrible. Who y'all got? Who's y'all? Who's not?
Who you
Oh
got?
man,
Not
my who's not. I mean, it could have been obvious. I could have said Harden, but I ain't gonna go there this time because that's just too easy for me. I'm gonna go Klay Thompson.
Okay.
Klay Thompson has definitely not been the same Klay
He has not
that we
been
know.
Klay.
At all.
So I'm gonna throw some stats out there for you for the 4 games that they've played in.
All right.
The first game he had 15 points and went 6 for 19.
Wow.
The second game, he had 12 points and went 5 for 19. Now, the third game, he had a decent game. He had 21 points and went 8 for 13.
Wow.
But then he comes back in game 4 and has 14 points and goes 6 for 20.
He sure is
The
shooting
man
that thing,
is
though.
he's shooting up
He let it
shots.
go.
Fly.
He's shooting up shots, but he ain't hitting nothing.
He ain't, man.
He ain't hitting
This is
nothing.
the same guy we seen hit 13, 14 threes in one quarter,
In
right?
one
Like-
quarter. Had
like-
37 in one
Goodness
quarter.
gracious.
Like, when I say he ain't hitting nothing,
He ain't hitting no match, is he?
he's almost as bad as you when we go out.
Pretty much.
No.
Shooting. Can't hit nothing. Hey, real
just
quick about Klay. I seen somebody had posted this in the Beyond Game group, so I apologize if I don't remember who you are. But there was a trade between Klay Thompson and James Harden after Klay's rookie season, and the Thunder said no.
Whew.
So you could have had Steph, James Harden, and Andre Drummond, and potentially KD down the line.
Dang.
But the Thunder said no. Thunder said no. Look at Ike.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
I know. Who you got, Jones? Who's your who's not?
Who's my who's not, man, is Dillon Brooks. You know, we know Ja's that man on that team, but Dillon Brooks was averaging 18 during the season. He's been underperforming the whole Warriors series. Game 1, he only had 8 points. You know, Game 2, he only played 3 minutes, and then he got kicked out. He didn't play Game 3. Game 4 without Ja, and possibly Game 4, he only had 12 points and 5 of 19 shooting. We know that Ja Morant is pretty much out.
He's done
for the whole series. They're going to be needing Dillon Brooks to step up. I don't think it's going to happen. This series is over with.
Yeah, he's playing about as bad as his dating scene.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Right, you feel me?
Lord
like,
have
ooh,
mercy.
for those of you who don't know, Google that.
Google is your friend.
He's had it, bro.
My who's not, I'm going to go in a different direction than y'all. I'm going with Steve Kerr for my who's not.
Uh-oh.
And the reason why I'm going with Steve Kerr is because when Ja got hurt or whatever, you know what I'm saying, he said that, not Ja, I forgot who got hurt. But anyway, Steve Kerr said he broke the code. But yet, Draymond Green is notorious for breaking the code. He's always doing something suspect. Yeah. He's always doing something borderline dirty. He don't never address Draymond Green. But as soon as somebody does something to one of his players, then all of a sudden you breaking the code.
Yeah.
So my who's not goes to Steve Kerr because he always got that energy for everybody else except for his own.
Is that what he said about?
No, yeah, with Dillon Brooks hurt Gary Payton.
When he hurt Gary
Payton. That's what it is.
Literally the game before that. Literally the game before that, did Draymond Green pull
Brandon Clark hit him in his face, pulled his jersey down and everything.
He said that wasn't a dirty play.
He didn't have no energy for that.
You're
but
right
then,
about
you
that.
know, Dillon Brooks does that, and now he's breaking the code.
That was not a smooth move on Steve Kerr's part.
So mine goes to Steve.
That's a good one. I like how you threw that curveball.
Yeah, you don't know, a little razzle-dazzle.
You're right about that, man. Steve Kerr. Shame on you for that one, man.
Shame on you, Steve Kerr.
All right,
so, did y'all's finals predictions change for the NBA Finals at all? You still got the Warriors and Celtics? You still rolling that way?
That's hard to say yes to that.
It is. Now that we're seeing how Greek freaking
I think I changed both teams from both.
So who you got this week? Last week, Warriors and Celtics last week. Who is it this week?
Now I really do think that the Celtics can still win. So I'm not.
It's 2-2.
I'm not. Yeah, look, I'm not gonna just toss them out yet. So right now, I'm still gonna keep them as my team to come out of the East.
Okay.
Which it very well may be the Bucks. And I said that before. I said whoever wins that series, I think is gonna go to the finals.
Yeah, you're right.
Even though Miami's hot right now, I don't think they can beat either one of the two. But in the West.
Changing it up?
Yeah, man. I got to go with Phoenix, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Devin Booker wasn't healthy before.
I got to go with Phoenix. And
he looks like he's back.
But you know what, though? It's not more of Phoenix that's making me go with Phoenix. It's more of how the Warriors have been playing. Because you would think that the Warriors would have just ran through Memphis.
Yeah, you would have thought that.
Yeah. Like, I thought it could easily have been a sweep.
Yeah, me too.
And then you seen the first game that Ja didn't play. It was close.
Close, yeah.
Memphis had a chance to win.
Last game was close, man. Who you got, Q, for your NBA Finals?
Man, and this one, I'm right there with Ike, man. I'm going Golden. I don't want Golden State, man. Golden State's too inconsistent right now, man. And what I mean by inconsistent is if they having trouble with the Memphis Grizzlies, Phoenix Suns at full strength is gonna give them hella problems. And on top of that, I don't know if DeAndre Ayton plays like he's supposed to play.
He does.
I don't know if the Warriors have an answer for him.
Yeah.
So let me get Phoenix as well. Coming out the West, the East, I'm right there with you. All right, whoever wins this Celtics Bucks matchup, I feel like is gonna win, go to the finals. But we may actually get a repeat of last year, Suns and Bucks again, and I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Paul actually wins it this time.
But it wasn't Suns and Bucks last year, was it?
Yeah, it was Suns and Bucks last year.
Oh yeah, they did make it.
Yeah, because the Suns went up 2-0, and then Giannis said "fuck this," and then just took
off.
over.
Yeah, we went crazy.
Yeah,
it took off, man.
I think if it goes back to that, I think Phoenix wins.
That's why I said I think Phoenix will win it this time.
I think, man, for some reason, man, Steph Curry always seems like he gets the best of Chris Paul. I don't know. Chris Paul plays so much
That's
under
true.
control.
That's true.
The whole time, going back to when he was with the Clippers, he always is in control of the game. But when they play against the Warriors, for some reason, man, he gets in that matchup. I'm gonna say the Warriors.
Can I ask you this question though?
Go ahead.
So, all right, which matchup do you think is more lopsided? The Chris Paul, Steph,
DeAndre Ayton.
No, listen.
Okay.
The Chris Paul, Steph, or the Devin Booker, Klay Thompson?
I wouldn't say Klay Thompson would be.
Klay Thompson is gonna.
Devin
Who
Booker
else are they
easy.
gonna put on?
No,
Booker?
Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah,
They're gonna put Andrew Wiggins. You know, he's an all-star. He's defense.
He gonna get
I
killed.
think Ayton,
Andrew Wiggins is gonna get killed.
Oh yeah, Devin Booker's great. I think Ayton is going to kill. But the thing about it is, y'all talked about the inconsistency of the Warriors. But one thing that's going to be pretty much that I noticed that's consistent. You know, Steph Curry is going to get his points. Mm-hmm. Poole's going to get at least his points, his 16 plus. And Andrew Wiggins has been pretty solid with his 16. So when you got three players constantly putting up 20 to 16 points, Draymond helping out.
But
if Klay Thompson could get his, you know,
Do you
then
think
he'd be all
Wiggins is going to put up 16 points and have to guard a great scorer like Booker? See, right now he's putting up 16, but he ain't having to guard anybody like that.
I think he will. I think he's.
I don't think so. I think he's going to spend so much time.
I think his all-star.
I think he's going to be in foul trouble.
I got an even better question for y'all, and this goes to next season. With the way Jordan Poole is playing, do you start him next season and bring Klay off the bench?
I don't think they're gonna do. I think the one thing with the Warriors.
I would.
You should. That should be the thing. But one thing the Warriors have shown is loyalty. They don't go past the loyalty. I think they're gonna stick with Klay and ride it out. They would get rid of Jordan Poole before they got rid of Klay.
I don't know.
They
If
got
I,
rid
I
of
don't
him.
know if you can say loyalty because
I'll tell you what.
Because they had a chance to sign Iguodala after that first time, and they let him walk.
No, they traded him. They
traded him.
Memphis.
That's right.
They
They traded him off.
Yeah, but
and you talking about loyal? Because
I mean,
He was the Finals MVP.
well, you got to think about loyalty because they had two-time Finals MVP Durant there, and they kept Draymond Green.
He don't count. KD
He
don't count.
counts. He counts.
He wasn't
KD
homegrown.
left.
He don't count.
KD
Just
left.
what you said. He's homegrown. Klay Thompson is homegrown.
So is Jordan Poole. They drafted him.
But I just feel like, man, they wrote it out with him. I think Jordan Poole will be fine. I think they're going to end up paying him a little bit.
They're going to have to.
Man,
They don't have to pay him.
I think you're starting.
But you know
and
what's
you
he
either
just- he's
and
got,
you,
what,
you either
a
bring
year or two
Klay off
left.
the bench, but I wouldn't even bring him off the bench. I would trade him.
Trade Klay, see what you can get for him.
Yeah,
You think that?
I would trade because you got to think. You got Poole, who can score.
Right. He's more athletic. He's a better finisher.
He's athletic. He can play. The guy,
He
and
can
he's
play.
young. And he's young. He can play.
Yeah.
I like Jordan Poole.
And I think him and Steph work well together with Draymond. I think if you trade Klay, you get some pieces to fill some holes that you have. I think it's big time.
I mean, I agree with you. So you would just
my
eliminate
mind
the Splash
went
Brothers.
blank, but
You
the
eliminate the
center that's
Splash
been
Brothers.
hurt. That ain't playing. Wiseman. You get Wiseman back. Like
So
I
you
think
eliminate the Splash Brothers because that's going to tear that narrative up.
Are they still Splash Brothers?
I mean, ever
That's what
since
they
the
say.
injury, he's not a splash guy.
And that's
anymore.
what I was saying. Like, is he better just coming off the bench at this point? You let Jordan
I
Poole
would
because he's
think
younger.
he.
But do you pay somebody that kind of money coming off the bench? That's why I say you trade him and get some younger players that can come off the bench and give you, because you can trade Klay and get a couple of pieces.
Klay, Steph, and Draymond will retire we're retired Warriors. I'm just gonna say that. They're not getting rid of them.
Draymond is only there while he can produce. The moment he stops producing, his ass is out of there.
So when they get rid of the shooters, that's when he's out of there.
Nah, because Draymond, when the shooters weren't there last year, 2 years ago, how did Draymond do?
They didn't get rid of him. They should have got rid of him then.
But you're gonna have some shooters.
They should have got rid of him.
Because Steph is gonna be there. They'll never let Steph.
Steph-
They'll never let
Steph
Steph.
gonna be
walk.
Steph is gonna have a statue outside there.
And Poole can play.
Yeah.
Poole can play, man. Poole can play. So that's what we think. Y'all tell us what y'all think about that, man.
All right, now, I got a question for you.
What's that?
Because there's been some talks after Joker got this MVP. There's been talks about Embiid getting robbed and Embiid should have got it. And what are y'all takes on it?
Well, first and foremost, I don't know why everybody's mentioning Embiid, but the first thing I want to say is I think it's a mockery that the Joker got back. Joker and Steve Nash both got back-to-back MVPs, and the great Kobe Bryant only got one. That alone lets me know that award is fluke. That alone lets me know it's fluke.
I could definitely say that about Nash, but Jokic has earned it both.
I don't
both
think
of these
Joker
years.
earned it, man. Joker's not the best player in the league
Right
and
now.
It
It ain't about being the best player. It's
Okay.
about being the most valuable for your team.
So the most valuable player is the best player in the NBA,
No.
which is Giannis Antetokounmpo,
No, it's not.
Greek Freak. He is. So let me read you some stats from the Greek Freak.
What you got?
He's averaging 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists this year. But he only ranks 61st in minutes played a game at only 32 a night. So that's real good.
Wait a
so
second,
now you
though.
got to look. Joker and Embiid, they rank in the top 5 in minutes played.
Hold up, though. Hold up.
And not even give you that same production.
Hold up, though, because I can tell you about Embiid and I can tell you about Giannis. Both are playing with all-stars.
Drew Holiday and then
But we're talking about his
Joker this year. We see it's not about who's the best.
Okay.
It's about who's the most valuable.
Okay.
Look at Denver this year.
no Jamal Murray.
You don't have
no
Murray.
Porter.
You don't have Porter Jr.
Okay.
Like you have Joker.
So again, I feel like
And if you
Giannis is the most valuable player on that
No, he's
on
not.
his
Because
team.
listen, all right, if you took Giannis and Embiid, if you took Giannis off the team with the rest of the team they had this year, you take Giannis off.
They don't make the playoffs.
Now listen, you take Giannis off that team.
Okay.
You take Embiid off the Sixers with the Harden and all the team that they have,
Right.
and you take Joker off with the team that they had this year.
So you take Joker.
Who's
off.
going to be the worst?
So you take
who's going to be the worst? Denver
They was
would
only
be horrible.
Denver would be Brian
They
Station.
was only a 6 seed with him. If you take Giannis off the Bucks, they not even in the playoffs. Was only 2 games away.
But if you
from
take
being in first.
if you take Joker off of that team this year with the players they had,
so
they
let's-
with the first pick,
will,
the
they
Denver
will
Nuggets?
they will easily be fighting for be getting
Another
a top three pick.
Another reason why I'm going with Giannis, one, because I feel like the award is getting watered down when you start trying to give it to all these different people.
It's
Just
not
give
that.
it to the best.
It's
best
not
player.
about the best. That's not what MVP
There's no reason.
means.
The
MVP don't mean the best player.
especially if the best player in the league, which is Giannis, is in contention, and you got a case for him, and he clearly got a case for him being MVP because he's in the race.
Not when somebody put up.
So you think it was
Not
a
when
runaway?
some-
You think Jokic
No,
ran
I think
away?
it was close.
Okay,
but I
so
think,
the fact
but I
that it was
think,
close,
I think,
and
but
the
what
fact
I,
that he's
but-
the best player
but
in the
what I'm
league
saying is, I think
solidifies.
if, like I said,
If
if you
Giannis
take
got it, we
Joker,
wouldn't
if
be
you
having
take
this conversation.
Joker away from that team
Okay, but
that
see,
they
you go
had
by
this
that, but
year,
listen,
because
understand
that's
this.
what it means.
If
Most
Giannis got
valuable,
the MVP,
not best
if
player.
Giannis
Most
got
valuable.
the MVP and he's the best player in the league, we would not be having this conversation right now.
See, so my take on this real quick is this is exactly why I keep saying the NBA needs to have 2 different awards. They need to have an offensive player of the year and a most valuable player, because too many times they keep trying to put it together.
Yeah.
And you can be the best offensive player, but that doesn't mean you're the MVP.
Right.
You can be the MVP, but doesn't mean you're the
Because
best offensive player.
MVP just
and
means
also
the
when
most valuable
when we
for
talk
your
about
team.
the MVP, you got to also talk about how Giannis affects both ends of the court,
But
which
that's
Joker
what-
doesn't.
that's what I was getting ready to say.
Joker is a joke on defense, right?
It's kind of like saying, okay, well, if you can win the MVP and not even worry about defense. That's the only thing.
That
That's the
sucks.
only part I don't like
And
about
that's the
Joker.
thing.
This is what I'm this
Marcus
is what I'm
Smart-
saying.
Marcus Smart shouldn't have got Defensive Player of the Year this year. If you really ask me, I feel like Giannis was a clear-cut favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. His own ball defense and him being a help defender, that is something
Listen,
that
man,
teams got to plan for.
I love Giannis just as much as you, but you a big fan, and you
What?
just
I'm
being
just being
you
real.
just being biased right now
so
because
look,
you're a
the
big fan.
The Celtics have to plan around Giannis playing defense. They don't plan around. No team plans around Marcus Smart's defense. Matter of fact, if Marcus Smart's in front of him, they're going to go straight at him and try to score because that's what they do.
And they don't.
But I've seen people put buckets on him.
I've seen people put buckets
But what
on
I'm saying
Giannis.
is though, you have to. but you
Al
gotta-
Horford
but
just
you
gave
gotta-
him the business.
But you have to plan around his defense. You have to plan around him.
You
all
think
down the
people
paint.
ain't planning around Marcus Smart
I do
on
not
ball
think,
defense?
I don't. I think what it was the voters they get bored with the dominance, so they created this narrative. Guards don't even get the Defensive Player of the Year. We work hard, slide down feet. So then they went with that. That's what they do.
I don't
That's
know.
what they do all the time. People got bored with LeBron's dominance.
You got a good argument with the defensive player of the year, but MVP, you don't.
They got bored with LeBron's dominance. Listen, I wasn't even a LeBron
Giannis
fan.
ain't even in my top 2.
I wasn't a LeBron fan, but the fact that when
I had Joker, Embiid, then Giannis.
See, that's the only thing is that now it's a bad example. I'm not saying Giannis should have won it, but see, what I'm saying is Joker keeps winning it, and he don't play no damn defense. So how are you that valuable if all you do is contribute on one end of the court?
But you can't say just one end of the court because he gets a lot of rebounds too.
That's because his ass is 7 foot. He's all he got to do is stick his arm up.
What about the defense? That's what I'm saying.
Wait a second. So is Joker and so is Giannis.
No, Giannis moves. Giannis is out on the perimeter.
So hold on.
So what? No, what I'm saying, Joker's on the perimeter too.
Even though
that's because they drag his big ass out there because they know he can't move his feet, so they gonna drag him out there.
But I'm saying, and he averaged more rebounds.
So
let me ask you. He averaged more assists than both of them. He was only like 2.5 points under them two.
Mm-hmm. So now, my thing is this though.
Who fears Joker on the defensive end?
Nobody. Steph did.
I would love to see. I'm pretty sure we don't have the numbers out there.
Okay.
I would love to see the percentage of points scored on Joker.
But then
you know what it was?
Wait a second. But then I can say it's about. Wait a second. Let me say this because I can say it's about Giannis. When Giannis is on the offensive end, who fears his jump shot?
Nobody, but he gets 34.
He
so
getting 30 a point.
So it's not. So
my thing
they
is
don't fear the jump shot, but they fear his all around.
Let me run this by you that really confused me. You said Giannis plays with an all-star.
Yeah,
that all-star ain't there right now, and you not.
Wait a second, he's still playing with an all-star.
Who? No, I'm saying you was talking about Middleton.
No, I said he plays with all-stars.
Okay, so
because Drew Holiday is an all-star player.
Drew Holiday wasn't no all-star.
Not this year, but he's an all-star.
So if he was not an all-star player this year. That's what you can't go. Middleton was an all-star.
Okay.
You were saying,
and he played with. Wait a second. MVP ain't nothing about the playoffs. It's about the regular season.
I get that.
He played with Middleton in the regular season, correct?
But you're saying
correct.
But what I'm saying is
you said he's not playing with Middleton.
What I'm saying is he's not playing with Middleton, and you see how valuable he is. He's so valuable to that team that you're not ready to say the Celtics is going to win that series.
Because of who?
Because of who?
I mean, okay.
Speak to the mic.
Because
of who? Say his name.
That still don't make him the most valuable.
Say his name.
So if Middleton's playing and Giannis is out, they might not be.
Are you taking
I'm not
Joker
saying
over Greek Freak?
No.
Okay. Then.
I'm not. But that doesn't mean nothing about when it comes to most valuable player.
Give me that 30.
Ain't about. Giannis is the best player in the league.
So let me ask you this.
But it doesn't mean that he's the most valuable for his team.
If you take Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton off for the season, where would the Bucks finish before the playoffs?
If they didn't play, if they weren't on the team this season,
if they was injured all season long, where would the Bucks be?
I think
would they make the playoffs?
They would definitely still be top 4 in the East.
What? Man, listen. I'm saying that. This is why this is the light skin takeover. Because this dude's talking crazy.
No, I'm not.
You saying without Middleton and without Holiday, the whole year they would still be a top 4 seed.
They got a guy that affects the game of both ends that they can lean on night in and night out.
I would say they would be anywhere between 6 to play in game. I wouldn't give them top 4.
I
would give them 6 to play in.
I don't think they would make the playoffs.
What are you talking about?
They would make the playoffs.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Without Middleton there opening the floor up and his scoring, Giannis has been more aggressive at attacking the basket, and he's almost been looking a little bit more like.
But if you take
like
both
LeBron
of them,
used to be,
but if you take both of them guys off, it's not like that.
That's tough though. That's a good BTG. Let us know, man. If you take Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday off of the Bucks for the whole season, where would the Milwaukee Bucks? Would they miss the playoffs? Would they be a top 4 seed like Jones says, or would they be for anywhere from 6 to play in? Let us know.
I mean, teams rally when people miss. You know, didn't the Bulls?
But it's 82 games.
Hey,
what did the Bulls do when Jordan was gone?
Hey,
They won 57 with Jordan, and the next year 55 without Jordan.
Okay, so they rallied when he wasn't there, right?
But Jordan ain't shit anyway.
Okay, well, there you go, folks.
But
we got a hell of a show today, don't we?
Hey,
dropping jewels on y'all today, ain't we?
You know, I said they wouldn't make the playoffs without them 2 players. But speaking of teams that didn't make the playoffs, this next question: what do the Lakers And we're gonna throw the Nets in there also. What do the Lakers and the Nets do this offseason? Because they had so much praise, and like people was thinking that they were gonna be the two to meet in the finals, and
I think
one team didn't make the playoffs, the other team got swept in the first round.
Yeah, it's
both of them were big time letdowns. What do they do in the offseason? Q.
Man, look, I'll start with the Lakers. Lakers got to start at the top. Jeannie Buss got to clean house. And what I mean by clean house is she has to get a coach that'll stand up to LeBron. Yep. Let him know this ain't your squad, bro. This is my squad. So first of all, they have to hire a coach who can stand up to LeBron.
What coach is that?
Mark Jackson. That's the only coach that's left out there that I feel like
he's being blackballed, man. But I wish.
But I hope that he's the next coach because he has as much pedigree that he can tell LeBron, shut the hell up and sit down. I got this. Don't worry about that. Second of all, they got to do something with Russell Westbrook. It's going to be hard to get rid of that $44 million, but I'm pretty sure somebody will take that damn contract.
Yeah.
And then from there, construct the team how you want the team to look, not how LeBron wants the team to look, because the NBA is changing. So the way that LeBron has won his 4 rings before might not be how he's going to win his rings moving forward. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Jeannie Buss has a hard coach who is strong enough to go against LeBron, and Rob Pelinka has to do a better job of forming relationships with people, because what did Magic Johnson say? When DeMar DeRozan wanted to come to LA, they didn't call Rob Pelinka. They called Magic Johnson.
They called Magic.
So Jeannie has to get Magic Johnson back involved with the organization as well, because teams are going to him instead of Rob Pelinka.
I don't want to cut you off, but why you saying that is I seen today on ESPN that
she's been talking to Magic.
That she's been talking to Magic.
And you know what? Jeannie Buss is playing a dangerous game with what she's doing right now. Though.
Wait a second, before you cook, because I know this is your squad. This is your squad. I'm gonna give my take on the Lakers and what I think.
What they gotta do.
I definitely agree with you. They definitely got to get Magic involved. Mm-hmm. Of course, Kobe came in, he ended up being the face, but Magic was the face.
Right.
And he still is one of the main faces of the Lakers. You got to get him in there. He's respected by people in the league. Mm-hmm. Players are going to reach out to him. Yep. So that's true. And I definitely agree about getting a coach in who is willing to coach and not be the friend of the players. Mm-hmm. And Mark Jackson is a great choice in my opinion. But one thing that I say different from you, I do think they got to try to get rid of Westbrook. I do agree with that. But I also believe that they need to trade Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And get some pieces. The man stays hurt way too much. Of course, when he's healthy, he's a great player. But if you want to win now, you got to get some pieces in there to win now. You can't rely on somebody who gets hurt all the time.
80% of the season.
And you can't rely on a Westbrook who just is not there.
You can't rely on LeBron. He's damn near 40, so you can't rely too much on.
I think LeBron can still be he's still a great player and he can still do great things, but you got to put the right pieces around him for him to still win.
You're right.
Real quick, Jones, before you cook, the Anthony Davis thing, man. I feel like you do have to get something for Anthony Davis because at this point in his career, he is who he is.
Yeah.
And you have to get a coach who is going to tell Anthony Davis, you're going to play the 5. I don't give a damn what you feel like doing. You're going to play this motherfucker 5. So they got to do something. Either trade him or let him know you playing the 5.
Well, I got some information. I got some information for you, man.
Get hurt.
So it's funny you said that, man. A couple of things that y'all said, same thing I was going to say pretty much. With Jeannie Buss, she's been talking to Phil Jackson. I don't know if y'all know that's rumor. She's talking to Phil Jackson. She's been talking to Magic Johnson. She's been talking to LeBron. One name that she didn't mention is Rob Pelinka, but he's still on the staff. I think that's a dangerous game. Going to all of them separately. Just if you want to get the Lakers right, sit them all down at the table and come up with something collectively. Mm-hmm. Don't go to Magic. Don't go to LeBron. Don't go to Phil Jackson, and then choose one. They all give you information on what they want to do with the team, and then you choose one of their thing or little pieces. Sit them all down. So I think that's first. Everybody knows we need to trade Westbrook and Davis and get younger. A couple of trade rumors that's floating around. Westbrook for Damian Lillard. A lot of people are talking about that. That's getting a little heat. That Westbrook and Damian Lillard trade. because you got to understand.
Yeah.
Westbrook going to Portland, he got his team. They'll take that contract. Even though that contract is huge, it's less than Damian Lillard's contract.
It don't even matter about it being huge. They in a rebuilding mode.
They in a rebuilding mode.
So you can take on that contract.
You can take that on.
You're gonna be bad. Get some big picks, and
exactly.
by the time that contract's over with,
that's a trade. That's a trade that's out there. Another one that's out there that's getting a lot of attention is Westbrook getting traded for Zach LaVine.
Do it today.
Zach LaVine, things ain't really worked out for him in the playoffs. So him getting traded for Westbrook is getting a lot of attention.
Do it.
One trade that was really getting a lot of attention that they was going to put a trigger on was the Gordon Hayward trade for Westbrook. Gordon Hayward got a big contract. He's been hurt somehow with the Charlotte taking on Westbrook's contract. It will put them under the salary cap. The thing is, would he fit in LA? Would he be healthy? And honestly, for me, I think the Hayward-Westbrook trade works out the best. And the only reason why I say that is because you still got to trade Anthony Davis, like we've been talking about. The best trade scenario, I think, for Anthony Davis, BTG, y'all heard it from me, Jaylen Brown. I think if the Celtics don't win this year, if the Celtics do not win, you have to break up Tatum and Brown. You have to get better inside and in an interior defense. As you see, Greek Freak is having his way down there. We've seen Drew Holiday back it down from the top of the key all the way down low. And it's just been a layup fest down low. Robert Williams and them are not getting it done in the post. You have to split them two up. Lord knows I would love to have Tatum.
They're
not going to let him go. So they would send Jaylen Brown back out to California. That's where he's from.
I think Jaylen Brown's better anyway.
That's tough right there.
But I almost got mad.
Davis and Jaylen Brown trade makes the most sense. And the Celtics get better on defense and get better in the post. Of course, you also got to talk about the Davis, Zach LaVine, him going back to his hometown. The Bulls are really set on really trying to get rid of Zach LaVine. And also something that's been talked about is Davis to the Knicks. Not for Julius Randle, but for Barrett, Derrick Rose, Fournier, a couple of expiring contracts, as well as some first-round draft picks for Davis. We all know Tom Thibodeau loves defense. Davis anchoring that defense down low, being paired with Julius Randle, they think that will work pretty good. So don't be surprised if Davis goes to one of them teams. But Westbrook and Davis, for y'all people who's been talking, they both do still got value, and these are trades that's been talked about.
I say for what you just named, if I had a choice, I would trade Westbrook for Dame, and I would trade Davis for LaVine. And you would have Dame and LaVine in your backcourt
with LeBron.
And then you have LeBron.
You got to get better inside.
Yeah, I mean, but you can get young. You can go younger inside.
Yeah.
Because the offense, I mean the guard play and LeBron are going to draw so much attention that you leave a big man one-on-one inside.
And I think the Dame trade, because Dame played in Space Jam 2. So he played with Davis, and that didn't work out. So now he's going to go to his other castmate in the movie with Dame. So be on the lookout for that, man. I really like Jaylen Brown getting traded.
I was getting ready to say that real quick before you go to the Nets. Remember when AD was trying to get out of the Pelicans at first, he was trying to get to Boston. Boston didn't want to let go of Brown.
Yep.
I think now they might think a little bit different now. The only thing is that Brown has emerged as an all-star. He's averaging over 25 points a game. It's like, damn, do we really want to let that go for a dude who might play 60 games a season? Like, that's rough.
Well, but you got to break them up, though, because Tatum and Brown may not be – it's maybe their best year to really do
Lakers
something.
Make that trade, they still got to get a point guard.
No, they definitely do. The other thing I don't like what you said is about the Phil Jackson aspect. For two reasons. One, remember he had that posse comment about LeBron James, and LeBron James he didn't take too kind to that. And two, Phil Jackson is a great coach, but when has Phil Jackson put a team together?
He has not.
When he was in New York and he tried to put that team together, they was trash. He had Kurt Rambis, Derek Fisher.
I would rather have Magic.
So
I would have rather Magic.
I feel like Phil Jackson's input doesn't need to be needed because he really ain't done too much.
Everybody's talking about him and Jeannie Buss. All around town for breakfast, lunch, and brunch, and they're talking, and she leans on him with advice about, constructing a team. We do know they used to date, so it just makes a whole lot of controversy. I would be done with it.
Let's get off the Lakers, and we're gonna talk about the Nets, and this one's gonna be we're gonna do this one quick. What do you think the Nets do this offseason?
First things first, fire Steve Nash. Got to get Steve Nash up out of there because in the playoffs, he drew up no plays. He gave no motivation, no encouragement. Didn't put the ball in KD. Well, he put the ball in KD's hands. He was bringing the ball up court. That's not what you need in KD against a team like Boston. You need to put him in the best position to score, get him easier buckets, get him easier looks. First of all, they also need to set Kyrie down and let him know, look, we know you can get buckets, but we also need you to get everybody else involved. Like, you playing 1-on-5, like, it's not going to get it done. Like, that's not going to cut it. So a head coach is needed, and they need a better offense for KD and Kyrie. That's where they got to start off. Everything else, I think, to fall into place.
With me, man, I'm going to just keep it simple. I think they got to get all their players there. They got to get all their players healthy. They got to get them playing, and they got to develop chemistry. Nash didn't do a great job coaching this year, but he never really had a full roster. I can't even tell you how many trades and players they cut this season. So let's give them a chance. Let's get Ben Simmons there. Let's get Kyrie playing a whole season. Let's get all them guys playing a whole season. Let's see what Nash does with the team collectively all together before we start firing people and moving in other directions, because Nash had a tough job too. He didn't know who was going to be there, who wasn't going to be there. They was putting players up from the D League. I mean, you know.
Well, that's going to put me right here because I agree with you. I think you get rid of Nash. And great coaches adapt to what they have. Mm-hmm. And you're in the playoffs, and it came down to, like he said, he didn't draw up no plays. He didn't come up with no schemes. Their game plan from game to game never changed. It was always the same. Mm-hmm. I think you get rid of Nash now. You bring in a coach who's been doing this while you got KD right now still. Yep. You bring in a coach that's been doing it that can get it done. But for me, man, y'all know how I feel, man. I think I wish they would just go ahead and get rid of the Kardashians as being Kardashian and the weirdo.
Being Kardashian.
And the weirdo, Kyrie, because Kyrie's a weirdo.
How far did y'all really have the Nets going? I didn't think they was going to beat the Celtics.
No, I didn't, just because I'm not a fan. Man, everybody know, like, Kyrie can ball. He can score at, like.
Did y'all have? Y'all didn't have to beat the Celtics, right? Nobody had them.
No, I didn't. No, I had them losing in
5, 6.
I think I said. Did I say 6?
So you thought that 6?
Yeah, I think I said. I think I might have said 6.
So I had them playing one extra weekend.
But look, everybody know Kyrie is a great scorer. Yeah. Arguably one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen with the different packages he has, because he can do it all.
He can do it all.
It's great with both hands, finish with both hands, handle the ball real well, can shoot, could do everything. My thing with Kyrie is, I think Kyrie is a selfish basketball player. I think he's all about himself. Yeah. And I think the same thing about Ben Simmons. I think he's selfish as well. Neither one of them are a leader. Neither one of them are leaders on the court. No. I don't even think KD is a leader. Now, when you just say talent-wise, if you're just saying talent leader, he's a talent leader, but he's not a leader of a team.
He's not a leader of men.
They don't have anybody on their team who was like, team meeting tonight. No, man, we got to get this together. Or on the court, like when people getting rattled, and you go to the side and you like, hey, we got to calm down.
They need like an Al Horford.
They need somebody like that. So, man, me personally,
because they got LaMarcus Aldridge and they don't have that leader.
But
Blake Griffin, they ain't got that leader.
Them are old guys who really ain't on the court. So you got you got some people who
Haslam.
Yeah, but they also got leaders that's on the court too.
Yeah, like a Jimmy Butler.
Like you got a Jimmy Butler.
Kyle
like you
Lowry.
got
they got leaders.
You got some leaders who play. Yeah. Even Victor Oladipo is a leader when he's out there. Like
I like Victor.
He can gather the team and get them together. So I think, man, for real, if it was me, I would break it up. I would try to get rid of the Kardashian and the weirdo.
Will Durant ever win another ring?
No.
There you go.
No.
That's all. So all of it is irrelevant because he's moving and shaking all these pieces. They ain't never winning nothing.
No. All right, we gotta move. We gotta move on. But
so we're gonna
move on to the NFL.
NFL.
I know it's a ways away, but
way too early. But
that's my favorite thing. So we're gonna talk about some. We're gonna talk. I love the NFL.
I don't know why.
How can you not?
I don't know why.
I'm a Bucks fan. I'm supposed to be excited.
Yeah, man. So
Your team just lost one of y'all only 2 good players.
And hold on, the other good player is the coach, Kyle Shanahan.
Nah, he's on the defensive end. Bosa. They had Bosa and they had Debo Samuels. Debo Samuels is gone. Now they just got Bosa.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that, John.
good.
Nah. Let me take that back because y'all got Kittle. Kittle can ball.
You got right.
Kittle
Yeah,
can
we
ball.
got
So
Kittle.
y'all only had 3 good players. But what I want to know, and Jones, we'll start with you first. I want to know who do you, and we'll make it quick. You don't gotta explain why.
Cool.
Just I want to know who you have in the playoffs in the NFC and the AFC.
In the NFC, in the playoffs, I got Philly. I got Green Bay. I got
That's winning the division. You
winning
got the 4 division
These
winners.
are my 4 divisional
okay.
winners. Philly, I like what they did. Green Bay, you never bet against Aaron Rodgers. Tampa Bay by default because the rest of the division's crap.
This guy
If anybody was halfway decent in that division, I would not take Tampa.
This guy kills me.
And then I got San Fran, of course, because San Fran's always going to show up with that defense. So those are my 4 divisional winners. The wild cards, I got the Rams as a wild card. I got the Cardinals as a wild card. And I really wanted to go with the Commanders, but I'm going to pick the Cowboys to make the wild card. I think they get in as a 7-win team this year.
All right, before you give your AFC, I'm gonna go through my NFC and then let him go. All right,
Lord,
in the NFC for me, the 4 division winners I got Tampa Bay.
Why?
I got because they are great. I got the Cowboys. I got Green Bay, and then you talking about by default. I got Green Bay definitely by default.
Aaron Rodgers.
But they lost their weapon. They lost 2 of their weapons.
They did.
Yeah,
You can't bet against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but I'm only going with them by default.
Gotcha.
And then I got the Rams.
Why?
I mean, shit, they bringing basically everybody back.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
They said,
they're
The
good.
Rams are 1-7 against us. I just want to let y'all know that.
Yeah, but y'all were like
1-7.
y'all were
we
like
ain't played y'all.
y'all
We
like
got
6,
y'all on our schedule.
y'all
this
like
year.
6 and 12.
Last time we played y'all, we beat y'all.
Did y'all?
Yes, we did.
Year before last?
We
Y'all
played
beat
y'all.
us?
They got lucky.
We beat y'all.
They got lucky.
So yeah, that's what I got to say about that.
That don't matter because we won't see y'all because y'all won't make it out of wild card weekend this year.
There you go, man.
Now my wild cards, I do have the 49ers in the wild card.
There you go.
I got the Cardinals in the wild card, and I got the Eagles in the wild card. I think the Eagles get there just because there ain't really too many more good teams in
Jalen Hurts, the
in
best
the
player in that
NFC
division.
in the NFC. Nah, it's not Hurts.
So what you got, Q? I know you ain't got Tampa.
So I got Tampa winning the whole damn thing.
Yeah,
So,
you feel me?
so it's whatever, fam. It's whatever.
So this was already pre-planned. I feel like this was a pre-planned today.
So for my division win is pretty much like y'all Rams. I would have said the Cardinals, but they got that D-Hop suspension for the first
my God,
6 games of the season. If he would have started off with what's the boy they just traded for? Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
If they'd had them all season, I would have said them winning the division, but they got that.
That'll be tough.
So
first
Rams,
games.
Philly, I feel like they did a lot of great additions with the AJ Brown and drafting really well. So I got them. Green Bay, just because I feel like their division is just weak in general, so they just gonna win it by default. Tampa Bay also because it's Tampa Bay. Why would you go against Tampa Bay, bro? It's Tampa. So anyway, so my wild cards, I got the 49ers. Y'all got to get this quarterback situation handled, Jones, before y'all even do anything.
Lance will make them dance.
on the bench.
Lord.
On the bench.
Lance will make them
I got Dallas making it in there because I was looking at the strength of schedules, and Dallas has the lowest strength of schedule. They have the 31st strength of schedule at 46%, so they have a great chance to win a lot of their games.
I mean, that whole division is the last 4 teams.
Exactly
on that list.
Strength of schedule. So I give the Cowboys just because of the strength of schedule. They should.
But
They
I
should.
but you know, but
But
see,
you
I
know,
don't even go
years
by.
ago-
You know why I don't go
2
by
years
strength of
ago-
It's gonna
schedule?
change as the
Because
season
a
go
lot of teams that didn't play that well got better. And
You also got to think.
And look, so You had one. Like, go through you one more team and then.
Vikings. I got the Vikings getting the last wild card spot.
Okay.
I got the Vikings.
The Vikings
getting the
ain't
last wild
bad.
card.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk Cousins can ball,
just
but I just don't trust him
Green
when it
Bay's
comes.
not gonna be that good, so I feel like they'll split with Green Bay.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions is the Detroit Lions, and the Chicago Bears is the Chicago Bears. So they'll be second at worst in that division. Could they possibly
always
win the
hang
division?
around.
Yeah, but they
always hang
So you
around,
think
man.
they're gonna do better than Arizona?
Yes, because for one, Kyler
I
Murray.
think Arizona's still gonna hang tight with in the
Kyler
first
Murray
6
keeps
games.
tailing off at the end of every single season. He starts off great every season,
It's true.
but then around week 10, week 11, he starts tailing off, and they get up to his game, and then
It's gonna
also
be tough this
he
year.
got that controversy going on with the front office and all that. So
It's gonna be
just-
tough.
just
It's
a
gonna be
lot.
tough.
Okay.
The first 6 games without D Hop, it's gonna be tough.
All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and give my AFC and then let y'all go. My division winners, I got Buffalo.
Yep.
I got the Colts.
Yep.
Only because Tennessee let AJ Brown go. Which
And Julio. You just let everybody go.
I don't know. Like teams are gonna put 40 in the box to stop King Henry.
Tannehill can't throw pass.
Yeah. So who's Tannehill gonna throw the ball to? Like
Nobody. Out of bounds.
I don't get it. So I'm gonna go with the Colts. Even though I'm not a big fan of Matt Ryan, I think Matt Ryan will get the job. I think I think he's good enough to.
And Jonathan Taylor will be a top 5 player this year.
Yeah. And they still got some decent receivers and stuff too. So
they loaded. The coach is all right.
and on the defensive end, they can ball.
Coach is all right.
So I got the Colts. I got the Kansas City Chiefs. Even though they got rid of Tyreek, I like the moves that they made. Them boys is gonna be ready.
You still got Patrick Mahomes. So.
Yeah, them boys is gonna be ready.
You're right.
And then the last team I have winning the division is the Cleveland Browns. Listen. I think that the Cleveland Browns.
You think the curse finally ends?
I think that the Cleveland Browns last year were like what, 1 game different with Cincinnati or something like that, like 1 game different, and that was with Baker. Now you get Deshaun Watson. Now, if Deshaun Watson, if somehow the NFL comes out and they suspend him, which I don't think they're gonna do.
No, I think they let him play.
And you went out and got Amari Cooper. I think that Cleveland is gonna be the team to beat in that division. I think they win that division. Now
That doesn't even sound right.
but
When has Cleveland ever been the team to beat?
I really do believe this though.
I don't
Now,
believe it. I don't even think
Now,
like that.
the wild card spots,
Okay.
I have Denver. You know, the addition of Russell Wilson, I think
serious.
that's what they was missing was a quarterback. They got good defense, they got weapons. I think they're gonna make noise. I got the Raiders. I like what the Raiders have done in this offseason.
Yep.
Their offense can score. They got better on the defensive end. I think I got the Raiders coming in. And then I have the Bengals. And I have the Bengals really by default only because there's really nobody. I mean, you got the Chargers, but I think the Chargers, I think it comes down between the Bengals and the Chargers for that last spot. And I know people are going to say, well, he hates the Bengals and all that. The Bengals was only 10-7 last year.
They just got hot at the right time.
And they made a push in the playoffs. But just think if some of these teams are, because.
Well, you know
All
what?
right, now listen. Cincinnati last year was 10-7, but they had games that they won.
I'm not doing
that
this with
they
you.
almost lost.
I'm not doing that with you this
look,
year. BTG, I'm not doing that.
Listen.
Okay? I was with him last year, and we doubted the Bengals the whole time, and y'all was shitting on us. I'm not doing that with him.
Guess what's going
himself.
to happen this year? Me by myself, and you know why? I'm going to come out on top. Because everything Jones goes with ends up turning bad. And he's not going with it with me this year. So
listen, man.
Boom.
I'm taking Joe
boom.
Burrow.
I'm changing it up. Give me the Chargers. Cincinnati ain't making the playoffs.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
Q.
Okay.
Who you got in the AFC?
Okay, well, shit.
Go ahead.
Stand on that.
I got to regather my thoughts. Man.
Let me go ahead and get Buffalo, man.
I can't believe he said that.
Von Miller on top of everything they already got. Enough said.
Yeah.
Wow.
Colts as well. as everything you just alluded to, Matt Ryan, he's not the same MVP Matt Ryan, but he's good enough for the Colts, and they put enough stuff, he has enough around him where he ain't got to do a lot. So
Right.
Colts right there. I'm very surprised y'all with this one. I'm going to say that the Chargers are going to overtake the Chiefs in that division this year. I think they make the jump.
Whoa.
Losing Tyreek Hill is going to be
they-
bigger than what people expect. I know they got Juju and what's the other receiver? I forgot. But anyways, damn, I
That's
forgot his
tough.
name.
From
Nah.
they got old dude from
Yeah,
Green Bay, right?
Green Bay. I
Can't
can't
think of his
that.
name. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's good.
What's his name?
Valdez Scantling.
Valdez.
He was all right.
They are all right, but they're just guys.
Yeah.
They're just guys. They're not Tyreek.
They're not Tyreek.
Now,
They're not gonna get
teams
you
don't
over
have to worry about you beating them over the top. Now they can play everything in front of you. So
Right.
I'm going with the Chargers to overtake the Chiefs in their division. Man, I got the Bengals win the AFC North.
As you should.
I'm sorry.
As you should.
I'm glad.
I'm sorry. So I got the Bengals,
Goodness
Buffalo,
gracious.
Colts, and the Chargers as my division winners. Now,
Smoking Joe.
as far as the wild cards, I got the Broncos, like you said, Russell Wilson edition. Browns. Man, I want to put them as my division winner, but I just don't feel like they just have enough time to put everything together, get the chemistry straight with Deshaun Watson. And on top of that, we don't know what he looks like right now. He might come in and look like the same one, or he might come in and just look regular.
He's been out for a while.
So you got Denver and you got the Browns,
Right?
and then who's your
Raiders.
last?
He said he
The
had
Raiders?
the Bengals, not the Browns.
Raiders.
He had the
wild
Bengals.
card,
Wait a
wild
second.
card.
He got the
Wild card,
Browns
I
at the wild card. So I'm saying,
Yeah.
you got the Chiefs not even making the playoffs?
He got the Chiefs. Wow, that's
Nope.
tough, man.
Whoa!
No.
Chiefs fans, y'all heard that.
Nope.
Chiefs fans, y'all heard
Look.
that, man.
No.
Sheesh, I got
so
to
obviously-
clean my ears out. Wolf, sheesh.
Nope.
I mean, it's you just said you. I mean,
Because the AFC is so deep, right? So you're gonna have to.
you
win.
don't have the Bengals making it. He don't have the Chiefs.
You're gonna have to win 12 to 13 games just to get a wild card spot. And
Right,
with
yeah,
the
the
loss
AFC
of
deep.
Tyreek Hill and everything like that, I
AFC
just
deep.
don't know if the Chiefs have enough.
I feel you, man.
Who
Me,
you got?
I got the Bills, of course. I think everybody's got the Bills. I got Smoking Joe and the Bengals winning that division. They was 10-7. I think they do better this year, hands down. The Colts, like you said, Tennessee ain't been playing good. The Colts, Matt Ryan, they got it up to win. Jonathan Taylor will be a top 5 player, not just running back. He'll be a top 5 player in the NFL this year. And everybody got somebody different in the AFC West. I'm going with the Broncos to win that division because I don't think people understand that they've been underestimating Russell Wilson.
Okay.
My 49ers played against Russell Wilson, and he's always been out there with nobodies and still beat us or gave us a scare.
That's right.
He is really getting ready to shake up the NFL going to that AFC. I'm trying to tell you, Russell Wilson is still the real deal. I think he's going to be motivated. I think he's always been a top 3 to 5 quarterback in the NFL. He just didn't have the pieces, and there was a lot going on in Seattle. So I got them 4 as my division winners. As my wild cards, I got the Chiefs. I'm not ready to give up on them yet. I got the Raiders. I don't know why ain't nobody saying anything about the Raiders. Devontae Adams is that guy.
We both just said
got
Raiders.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, man. Well, we just got to mention that now Derek Carr has Devontae Adams, who is the truth.
And they
I mean,
offense
is
was
the- is the-
already.
that-
It was already
Would y'all
pretty
think
They got
Devontae
Darren
Waller
Adams tight end, so
is Devontae Adams top 5 receiver in the league?
Yes.
probably the best.
Well, there you go. So, so you got them the best. I think they're gonna make some noise, and I'm going with the Pats, the Patriots, to still make it as a wild card. I don't know why ain't nobody talking about. You don't bet against Bill Belichick. You don't bet against Bill
I am.
Belichick, man. I mean, y'all think his reign's over?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Y'all
done.
think it's right? He just was in the playoffs.
He was.
Hell,
Good
man.
job.
Listen,
So y'all don't
and
think- y'all don't think Bill
you talk-
Belichick gonna
listen,
get there?
You talking about Bill
He's the
Belichick?
GOAT.
He's
the GOAT.
listen. You talking about Bill Belichick takes us into the next subject because the guy who made him look good,
Wow.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Now Tom Brady just got a deal,
10
a
years.
mega deal.
a mega deal.
10-year, $365 million contract with Fox Sports. So that's the reason why I think the Bucks win that division by default because Tom Brady's going to be concentrating on being an analyst, not playing quarterback.
This guy.
Come on,
This
man.
guy.
He kills me.
You got to understand, Tom Brady made $305 million in 22 years playing football. He just inked the deal for more than he ever
Listen
made
to
playing
this.
in the NFL
Listen.
this summer.
Listen, Tom Brady deserves this kind of
He
contract.
does deserve it.
Every single year, this man has took pay cuts for the benefit of the team.
Well,
he did it for the Patriots. He's been doing it since he's been in Tampa.
Yep.
He's taking pay cut. He just took another pay cut for this year. Like,
I think
the man deserves it. It's time for you to get what you had deserved for all these years of playing.
I think with Fox Sports, man, they gave him the richest contract for any analyst.
Man, but
I think they moved quick and they moved fast because they had Troy Aikman with Fox. He's now with ESPN, so he moved to ESPN. You got Tony Romo with CBS. You got Drew Brees with NBC. Then you got the Manning brothers with ESPN. So when they lost Troy Aikman, I think that's why Fox Sports said, "Hey, let's hurry up and get on Tom Brady."
And it's the biggest name. It's the biggest name that you can get.
Exactly.
The man is arguably the greatest.
The only thing I
the
don't
greatest
like is
NFL player of all time.
It's not an argument. He's the GOAT.
The only thing I don't like is it's 10 years, dog. That's a long ass time. Can we do a 5-year contract? Like, who knows if Tom Brady wants to still be talking about football 10 years?
I think that's why.
But also, hold on. This is the thing we're not realizing. When is Tom Brady going to retire? So it's 10 years from the day he retired.
If they would have gave him this contract,
I think he leaves after this year.
If they would have gave him this contract in February, he would not be playing football this year.
Yeah, I think he would have because I think he wants that chance. He wants to go out. He wants to go out on top.
He wants that John Elway.
I can tell you 365 reasons why he wouldn't have been playing this year. He already inked with y'all and he's getting $15 million this year. If that $365 million deal was on the table,
it's still on it. It would have. I mean, the thing is, it's still going to be on the table no matter what.
We'll see how Tom Brady's playing this year.
Well,
I bet he'll be doing a whole lot of post-game interviews.
Well, check.
He'll have 4 interceptions. He'll be so hyped at that post-game interview to get that practice in.
This guy's talking
for
crazy.
when he's going up there in the post box.
You talking crazy? Let's get into something crazy, man. Check out this what the what.
What the what?
Scared, bro.
Which one? I got $10 and $15. This.
Let me see what the $10 scale looks like.
Oh no, that's the $10 scale.
That's the $10 scale?
Yeah.
How much is the $15 scales?
The what?
How much is the $15 scales?
How many you want?
I want one.
Which one?
The $15 scales.
You want $15 scale?
And I'm saying how much is the $15 scales?
Bitch is 15. What the fuck you mean? How much $15 scale?
How much? How
Okay.
much
Okay.
is a $15 scale? Hey, shut up! I'm trying to.
See,
Get the fuck out of here.
See, that's a prime example for anybody watching, man. They always had that saying, the streets ain't for everybody.
Hey, man, I tell you this, I'm glad that dude wasn't light skinned.
Man, we ain't got to take that L.
They ain't got nothing
We ain't
to do.
taking that.
I'm going to tell you right there, man, the streets ain't for everybody, and some people just need to go get a job.
Dog, hey, now listen. You buying scales.
Right.
And you that slow? How in the
don't know.
world
I don't
are
know.
you? He's
I don't
losing.
know.
He's losing money.
You going backwards.
He's losing money.
You going
He's
backwards,
losing
bro.
money.
You going backwards, bro.
See, that store clerk is dead wrong because he should have just took the scales back and said nothing for sale.
No,
Save
I
that
wouldn't.
man.
I wouldn't.
Save it from sale.
No,
Save it,
listen.
man. That would've been his good deed for the
I
day.
was the sales clerk and the dude said, "How much are the $15 scales?" I would have said 20.
But I let him go. 2 for $35. You can have both for $35. 2 for $35.
Again,
Nah,
man.
that's crazy, bro.
And I know it's some of you guys out here probably waiting on them IRS refund checks that's gonna be that guy at the store. If you see that right there, man, take that money and go back and go invest in a lawnmower. Don't do that. Don't invest in
Yeah,
a
man.
How much is the
the
scale?
$15? Then he gonna look at the people in the back and be
good.
like, he gonna be
Yeah,
like,
don't get mad at
"Hey,
him."
man, shut up! I'm trying to handle something."
He
Like,
mad
come
at
on,
them.
man. Hey, but I like how the sales clerk said, "Bitch, what you talking about?"
Silly.
That's why education is so important, people.
Get
So
your
important.
education.
Now
man.
listen.
So important.
Now y'all know this has always been my favorite segment of the show. We bringing it back because we know people out there like this. But this is our giving back segment, and our giving back goes out to our brother, Stephen Kaufman.
Big
Man,
Steve.
if y'all don't know Stephen Kaufman, man, he's the creator and owner of Soul Roses. My man got a store in the mall now. He's
Yeah,
doing
man.
big things.
I've been jigging with Steve for a long time, man. I remember from when he started at Oneness to when he got Soul Roses.
Yeah.
And everything going on, man. Big shout out to you. His clothes, man, and what he's dropping is definitely dope and inspirational. He even got some new vintage shirts that's out, man, that he's getting ready to drop. If y'all need to know, man, he's located in the mall, in Fayette Mall, and he's actually getting some stores set up in Louisville at St. Matthew's Mall. I can't wait for him to do it. So really, man, you ain't got no excuse, man. Definitely pull up, shop with him, go to his page. Again, it's Steve Kaufman, man. Y'all go to his page, go to Soul Roses. Definitely show some love and support, man. Like I said, my guy got real good gear, man.
Also,
real
man,
good
for the people that don't know, man, his clothing brand, it's a Christian clothing line.
Yep.
My man Steven is all about the Lord, and he put this out there, man. Really showing the world that in his clothing brand that we can bring people together. You see people of all colors, all ages, rocking the Soul Roses.
Yeah,
the
man.
man had courage enough to take a Christian clothing line and go to the mall and try to sell this stuff in the mall. And once people found out some people was going just because the clothes looked great, but then some people, once they found out the meaning behind it,
he took off.
they were like,
More support.
I need to support this man.
Can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with the Lord,
Man, I was in the mall one day and I seen a woman that had to be in her 80s, a white lady walking through the mall with a Soul Roses t-shirt on. And I said, that's what I'm talking about.
It's a movement, man. It's a
But
movement.
definitely go to Fayette Mall, check out the Soul Roses store, go online. Man, the man has great stuff, man. But Kaufman, man, this is for you, man. We salute you, King. For real,
guy,
brother.
man.
You
My
doing
guy.
big things. Keep doing those big things, my guy.
My guy, man. My
Yeah,
guy.
salute, my G.
Now, you know, we're going to get into my favorite segment of the show. My favorite segment, man. You know what really grinds my gears?
What gets on your nerves, Jones?
Everybody, their mama, their daddy, sister, granny, and cousin complaining about these gas prices. Y'all need to quit complaining about this gas price. We all know it's high. That ain't gonna stop you from filling up your car. I don't want to look and see a post every time. Guys, gas prices are too high. Guys, I hate paying for gas. Well, listen.
We know you're not gonna walk.
You know you're not walking.
And I don't see none of you motherfuckers at the bus stop when I pull up with the bus. So we
So
know
there
you
you
ain't.
go.
We know you ain't gonna ride the bus. We
the
know
bike-
you ain't walking.
And the bike racks is full at Walmart.
So you ain't getting no bike.
So you ain't walking, you ain't riding the bike. Put the gas in your car.
You're gonna be just like me.
And be
It don't
quiet.
matter how high the gas prices get.
Fill up and
I'm
go.
still gonna drive, so I'm gonna
Fill up and
pay
go.
it. I'm gonna be mad, but
course.
I ain't gonna complain about it because I'm still gonna pay for it. So just
Food and gas is in your budget. Whatever it is, you budget around that. We know gas is high. We know you got to fill up because we know you gonna ride.
Simple as that.
It's simple, man.
It's simple as that, Jones.
So let's just end all the 100 posts about the gas.
complaining
Cause you
asses.
still gonna go get your damn gas any damn
You
way.
gonna pay it, man.
Damn complaining asses.
I'm telling you. Tell them, man, they can ride the bus, can't they?
Damn, man, look. Man, listen, you can come ride the bus. It's only $1
There you go.
to get where you need to go.
There you go.
If you got to get on a different bus, you can get a transfer
If you
from
don't
me.
want to pay $5, you don't want to pay $5 a gallon, then go ride the bus.
Ride the bus and talk to Ike about spoken minds. There it
Hey,
is.
for real, ride my bus.
There it is.
There you go.
And if you say something I don't like about sports,
let
put you off.
Put them off.
Here's your stop. Here's your
off.
stop.
Hey, man, but listen.
Quit complaining.
I enjoy rocking with you guys,
Man, you
man.
already know,
Y'all know
man.
what
My
it is. My brothers.
Y'all know, man.
Yeah, but look, we going to get on up out of here, man. Y'all know what it is. Spoken
Spoken
Minds,
Chris
Ike
Jones.
Byrne,
Man, you already know nephew.
Nephew
That's
Q. Light
Got
Skin
it.
Takeover.
We out
Big
here.
400.